Parliament's monsoon session ended on a stormy note on Wednesday, 2 days ahead of schedule. From the time the session began on July 19th, opposition parties had disrupted both the houses over the government's unwillingness to allow discussion on the Pegasus snooping scandal, the farmers' protest, and the rise in prices, especially of auto fuels. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla and Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu expressed anguish over the disruption. Birla said, "I share the people's pain that their issue could not be discussed in the House." Naidu broke down while speaking about the conduct of MPs on Tuesday and said that he has spent a sleepless night. According to the PRS legislative research data, the monsoon session was the third least productive Lok Sabha session of the last 2 decades, with the productivity of just 21%. Rajya Sabha logged a productivity of 28%, its 8th least productive session since 1999. According to PRS legislative research records since 1999, the worst session in terms of productivity for both houses was the winter session of 2010. The BJP was in opposition then, and the party allowed no business to be transacted, demanding a joint parliamentary committee probe into 2G spectrum license allocation in the wake of CAG's report. The productivity of Rajya Sabha in that session plunged to mere 2%. Lok Sabha did marginally better at 6% according to the PRS data. For Lok Sabha, the winter session of 2013 and 16 were the worst hit in terms of productivity. In 2013, the last session of the 15th Lok Sabha was marred with disruption over the creation of separate Telangana state, with MPs favoring and opposing the division of erstwhile state of Andhra Pradesh, holding the houses to ransom. In 2016, the disruptions were over demonetization of high-value currency notes announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in November. The productivity of Lok Sabha was mere 15% both in 2013 and 16. The budget session of 2018 witnessed a productivity of 21% in Lok Sabha. The second part of the session was completely paralyzed. Earlier, in the monsoon session of 2012, Lok Sabha had seen similar productivity of 21%. The disruption in 2012 were over the allocation of coal blocks. Even though the monsoon session was badly hit in terms of productivity, and time spent on discussion and passage of the bills came down drastically, the government did manage to push through a large volume of legislation. According to PRS data, Lok Sabha took only 34 minutes on an average to pass a bill, while Rajya Sabha did that in 46 minutes. Some bills, like the Limited Liability Partnership Amendment Bill 2021, was passed within 5 minutes. Only OBC bill was discussed for more than an hour in both the houses. In comparison, the current Lok Sabha as a whole has so far spent 2 hours 23 minutes on average discussing a bill. Rajya Sabha has spent 2 hours on average. While Lok Sabha sat on 21 hours and 14 minutes in the monsoon against the stipulated 96 hours, thus losing 74 hours and 46 minutes to interruption, as many as 13 bills were produced and 20 bills were passed. The important ones: the Constitution 127th Amendment Bill 2021, the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Bill 2021, and the General Insurance Business Nationalization Amendment Bill. Rajya Sabha sat for 28 hours and 21 minutes against a scheduled time of 97 hours and 30 minutes, losing 76 hours and 26 minutes to interruptions. The House passed 19 bills, while 4 new bills were introduced.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.